Good morning, team. It is Gavin here from Grown Younger, and I can start my video. Okay, cool. So I really wanted to do this presentation for you because I've had a lot of questions over the last couple of weeks about meal plans and losing weight and all these things. And I really understand people are super frustrated with the whole thing. But what I want to explain to you is everybody wants to lose weight, but everyone misses one critical step. I'm going to explain to you what the step is in this presentation. It won't take you long, but I think it's beneficial for everyone. And I just want to pre-frame the whole thing about this, is that people get motivated about what they could achieve and how much weight they can lose until they realize that there's actually work involved and it's difficult, okay? So I just want to put that out there, but I'm going to explain to you how to do it, how I've done it, how we help our clients, and the ones that do really well. This is what you need to do. So basically what it comes down to is knowledge, tactics, and experience, okay? You need the knowledge, you need the individual steps and tactics and skills to do it, and you need the experience as a feedback loop to know what works and what doesn't work, okay? So they're the three things. And this video is really going to talk about some of those things that we need to use in that one critical step. Number one, let's just go and put this on a real life world examples, okay? The general perception, I'll read this out, that no one succeeds in long-term maintenance of weight loss. However, research has shown that approximately 20% of overweight individuals are successful long-term, when defined as losing at least 10% of initial body weight and maintaining it for 1 year. Now, that is not a lot. Only 20% of people are successful, okay? So only 2 out of 10 are going to do really well with it, okay? I'm going to go over and hopefully explain to you why this happens and bring you a bit further forward. The National Weight Control Registry provides information about strategies used by successful weight loss maintainers to achieve and maintain long-term weight loss. So the National Weight Control Registry members have lost on average 33 kilos and have maintained it for more than 5 years. That is massive. Me personally, I've lost 20 kilos and I've kept that off for 14 years, okay? And what I love about this study is that it's exactly how I do it. It's exactly how I do it. To maintain a weight loss, I engage in high levels of activity, about 1 hour a day. That's roughly what I do, maybe a bit more. I eat a low-calorie, low-fat diet, and I eat breakfast regularly. I self-monitor my weight. I weigh every single day, and I maintain a consistent eating pattern across weekends and weekdays. That is what I do. I don't binge on weekends. I eat the same all the way through. I sleep all the time, eat breakfast. This is what I do. This is the blueprint for you, okay? However, weight loss maintenance gets easier over time. So the longer you do it, the easier it becomes and more of a habit it becomes. And after individuals have successfully kept the weight off for 2 to 5 years, the chance of longer success increases. So think about it. The first 5 years are the worst, the hardest things. I've done it for 14 now, okay? So it's a long, long time. And it's just easy. I'm not on a diet anymore. My weight does fluctuate a little bit, but I know exactly how to bring it back. So if you can understand this is the blueprint, I'm going to show you some really cool stuff to get you going. So these are my all-time stats. This is my experience, okay? Since I track my foods on MyFitnessPal and that, okay? You know my journey. I've lost over 20 kilos, but this is some numbers that might sort of bring this to perspective. I have logged 22,318 foods. It's actually more than that. This screenshot was taken a couple of months ago. And I've logged 6,768 meals, okay? I have been tracking my calories since September 2011. So that's over 12 years ago, right? That is massive. And when I tell you that it's about calories in, calories out, I know it's calories in, calories out because I have logged 22,000 foods. Okay, I know it. I know what calories are. Really important for you to know. And this is where my experience comes in. All right. So where you are going wrong, and most people are going wrong, is that you don't track the small food items, okay? You don't weigh your foods. You demonize foods as good and bad. You don't understand food labels and portion sizes, and you find it difficult to learn new skills, and it's much easier to avoid it. So this is the tactics. This is the stuff that we need to be able to do for you to do really well. So when I say small things, what do I mean? Well, let's just go into it. I said duplicate slides. Okay. So let's just say you have a little handful of nuts. Let's just say your calories for the day are 1,500 calories per day. And you have a tiny handful of nuts, just 180 calories. It's not a tiny handful though, is it? You're tracking a big handful. Therefore, you might eat 300 calories. You've only got 1,200 calories left for the rest of the day, right? So these are small, insignificant amounts of food, but they have a big impact, okay? A big impact on your daily calories, okay? Putting butter on your toast and your bread. 10 grams. If you don't know what 10 grams of butter looks like, go and weigh it out. It is 80 calories. It's huge, okay? It's a lot of calories because fat has 9 calories per gram, therefore the calories are more. Mayonnaise, 10 grams of mayonnaise is 70 calories. Now, when you dollop your big, massive spoon of mayonnaise onto your salad, you're potentially having 200 calories of your mayonnaise, which potentially is more than the meal is itself, right? So you've got to at least acknowledge and trackers and factor this in, because if you just log the main food items like the bread and the eggs and all other stuff and not this other things, you can be way out. And I have a lot of people say to me, well, I eat 1,500 calories a day, I'm not losing weight. But the reality of it is, they're not tracking this stuff. I know they're not. I know they're not because when I actually get people to actually log everything, their 1,500 calories is more like 2,100 calories. Then they understand the discrepancy. This is where the experience comes in, and then they can make some smart changes, right? So one glass of wine, 150 calories, okay? One glass of wine. There's some people within our community that drink 2,000 calories a week on wine. And to put into perspective, I only eat 2,000 calories a day. So they're drinking a whole day's worth of my eating for one day, but you didn't realize that, okay? And then what happens is you have the glass of wine, then you have the nuts. All of a sudden, you've eaten eaten and drunk half your calories in a day, right? Same with oil. When you're drizzling oil over your salads and stuff, 10 grams is 80 calories. Weigh it out, see how much that actually is. And you can understand how much you're putting on, okay? Those vinaigrettes you have in, healthy salad, fantastic. Massive boost of calories when you add this stuff in. And it could be milk in your tea, it could be sugar in your tea, all these extra little things, tomato sauce, ketchup, all those things, they have a massive impact on your daily diets, right? So you don't weigh foods out. So let me just explain this like as easy as I can. If you track and log your meals and you put in 100-gram banana, okay, it has half the calories of a 200-gram banana, okay, because you're eating twice as much of it. Does that make sense? 20 grams of olive oil has twice as many calories of 10 grams of olive oil. Okay, so if you're not if you put in 20 in and logging it as 10, then you're out by half, right? One slice of bread is half the calories of 2 slices of bread. And you try and eyeball food portions, but you've got no point of reference. You actually don't know what the sizes are, what they mean. Okay, so I'll give you an experiment. I've done this tons of times. Go to the fruit bowl in your house, grab yourself an apple, and I want you to just hold it, look at it, weigh it in your hands, and say and write down what you think the grammage is of that apple. I guarantee you'll be wrong. Okay, everyone's wrong. If you're right, good on you, but most people are wrong. Write it down. Now weigh it and see what the discrepancy is. And that discrepancy is so big. Imagine doing that across every single meal, 6-7 days a week, 24/7, all those things, right? So this is what you got to understand. It's massive. Okay. What else you got wrong? You demonize foods as good and bad. You think a burger is bad and a salad is good. But in actual fact, if you have a burger, which may be 500 calories, but you have a salad and you drizzle all the oil and mayonnaise on top, the salad is actually more calories than the burger. But you didn't know that because you think a salad's healthy and you're demonizing these good and bad foods. An apple is good, a Mars bar is good or bad. Or I mean, it means to say bad. But actually, if you had 2 apples, it might be the same calories as a Mars bar, right? Depending on the size of it. And you got to understand these things. Too much sugar in fruit. You hear people all the time, I don't eat fruits, too much sugar in. It's like, no, it isn't. It's such a small amount, and it just doesn't even compute, right? My experience, based on what I've just explained to you, is I think of things as high and low calories. Handful of nuts to me is very high calories. I would rather have 2 pieces of fruit, which may be 10 times the food volume of that nuts to feel full. I would rather do that, okay? I'd rather feel full than have a small amount of nuts, okay? So I think of things as high and low calories. What you tend to find is that lower calorie foods are usually more nutrient dense. Makes sense, right? So let's just say, I don't know, low calorie food, let's say pumpkin. That's a good example, right? So low calorie food, pumpkin, lots of vitamin A, I think, is in pumpkin, but 100 grams is 33 calories. Whereas one potato, which is just white potato, not so much nutrients, has about 70, 80 calories. Okay. So that's a really good example to use. Higher calorie foods have less nutrients. High calorie foods like cakes and biscuits and sweets and things are like maybe like 200 calories for a small amount, usually less nutritious. Okay, so you got to understand that, and the only way to do that is to look at it. So the next thing, you don't understand food labels. So I'm going to quickly give you an overview of this. There's only one way to understand, and that is to learn. It is to look at the back of the food and actually look at the food labels. So my challenge to you will be, go and read 5 food labels of your favorite foods and see where they're at. Okay, that's what you do. And this is a food label I've got for you. And what you'll notice on the back is that it'll give you the servings per can or per portion, wherever that is, per packet, and it'll give you the serving size. So that serving size is 210 calories. There's 2 serving sizes, so maybe it's 420 in the whole can, right? The energy might be in kJs or kilojoules, and if it is in kilojoules, divide it by 4 to give you the calories. Okay, so 895 is just about 200 and something calories, okay, per serve. It'll give you the protein, okay, it'll give you the carbohydrates, it'll give you the fiber, and it'll give you the fat. So from this food label, right, there's 10 grams of protein per serve, which is a lot. There's 32 grams of carbs. Therefore, this is more of a carb-based meal, okay? And you can see that is 200 calories per serve. That's really all you need to worry about, okay? Overall calories per serve, and what is the biggest macronutrient in there. And even if it is high in carbs, it doesn't matter too much, okay? It really doesn't. Carbs don't make you fat. It's the entire amount of calories that make you fat. So what I want you guys to understand is that you've all got a meal plan now, or you may be following some kind of diet, and there's something called Kaufman's 20-hour rule. And it basically says a person can learn any new skill by dedicating 20 hours of planned practice and time to that skill or that tactic. Breaking down sessions into 45 minutes a day can lead you to learn a new skill in as little as a month. So if you go and weigh out your food and track your food and all those other things, weigh it out properly for 1 month, just 4 weeks, you will learn all you will need to know about weight loss. You will see how your body reacts. You will see what foods make you feel bloated. You will see how many calories in your food. You will understand how much more you're eating than you actually think you are. And it becomes an emotional thing, because like no one likes to be told they eat too much. They just don't. They like to think that it's a metabolism thing, or it's not their fault, but it actually is your fault. You're responsible. You're the one that's eating. All right. So my sort of challenge to you is spend some time. You could spend 10 minutes a day just reading the food labels and understanding it. That's all you need to do. And I'll give you an example, right? So this is one of the meals that's in our meal plans. You can see it's oatmeal pancakes, very simple. It's 451 calories per serve, not for the batch. So this recipe makes 1. You could change it to 2 or 3 or 4, but obviously the calories go up. It'll take you 5 minutes to prepare, 5 minutes to cook, and this is the ingredients. But if you follow this recipe and you put twice as many strawberries in, twice as much yogurt in there, twice as much egg whites, the calories of the whole thing will double. Again, if you only use half the ingredients, the calories would be halved. So when you prepare these meals, you've got to kind of weigh this stuff out a little bit. And then learn, what does 76 grams of strawberries look like? What is 1 medium banana? It's 100 grams, 120 grams. What does 120 grams of Greek yogurt look like? What is 2 tablespoons of butter look like? What is 80 grams of egg whites or oat bran, right? All those things. So go and weigh this stuff out. And even if it's not bang on 451, it's going to be much better than trying to eyeball it, because no one can eyeball this stuff. People that make cakes and muffins and stuff, they weigh out the ingredients, because you've got to get the right like proportion of sugar and flour and butter to make the cake. So you weigh it out. It's virtually impossible to be able to eyeball it unless you made it 1,000 times, which comes into that 20 hours of practice, so you know. So that's kind of what it is, right? So my challenge to you guys, if you are struggling with losing weight, go through this process. Spend some time, up to 20 hours in a month. You will learn the skill. You'll be able to do it. Then if you get stuck, come and speak to us and we can troubleshoot together to help you on it. But like I said, it's all fun and games when you start and you think it's easy, but it actually isn't. And when you go back to those long-term studies, you know that there's certain things to do. And like I said, like me, I've logged over 26,000 foods. It's a lot of foods, and I still do it now because it keeps me accountable. You might think that's a lot of work. You just got to start by weighing out one meal. That's it, one thing at a time. Spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, build up to 45 minutes. Do what you can, invest what you can. But like I said, you need the skills, the knowledge, the tactics. So the knowledge, the tactics, and the experience to do it. And once you understand those things, you're going to be all good. If If you want me to make other videos like this, let me know. I will do that for you. But ultimately, give it a try. Give me some feedback. I'd love you to watch this video and let me know how you get on. Take it easy, team. Bye-bye.